if you're young, if you happen to be young and you're watching this video and you're feeling anxious in your everyday life, you're having a lot of fears, do not think that it is who you are. Do not think that you have to change your mental attitude and that the fear will go away. What gave me the most relief was finding out that my anxiety, my shyness, the things that I wanted to change because I was told they needed to be changed, was actually caused by something in my body not running properly, right? It was probably inflammation, it was probably oxidative stress that caused me to feel fear in a way that then manifested as shyness, as not being able to talk with other people properly, as and before I even got into this whole thing of trying to better my health, because don't get me wrong, I was never sick. I was never very sick because of this, even though I was inflamed and it was giving me fear. It wasn't in such a matter that I had to change something, because this fear was basically always with me. Ever since I was a child, it was with me, so I didn't really notice it like that. I didn't think it was something pathological. I didn't think there was something in my body causing this. I thought it was just part of who I was. And then I turned 21, and a few months later, this anxiety, this fear, this shyness completely disappeared. Like it was never even there. And back then I didn't know why. I didn't even think about it. I was just very grateful that I felt that I could finally be the person that I wanted to be. I thought that it was just me becoming older and more wise and growing up, and then you do not have the shyness anymore. I now see that there was something that I then did, or maybe I just got my system, my immune system, just the working of my whole body just got strong enough so that it turned off the thing causing the fear in my body. This was honestly the best time in my life. It lasted for about 6 months. It was the greatest time that I have had in my life, because it showed me what could be possible, right? It gave me this version of myself that I felt was in me, but was locked. 6 months later, it was gone, completely gone. I was actually worse off than before this period of feeling good, right? I was actually, because I took this vaccine, and for some reason it triggered my body again, and I had massive anxiety, fear, brain fog, just a lot of these chronic health issues that are basically unexplainable. I have now made it my mission to, first of all, for myself, to find out how I can solve this, how I can get back to this state of bliss, basically, of being completely unlocked and completely yourself and no brain fog, no inhibitions. How to find that state? I've come a long way. I'm not there yet, but much I feel much better. I don't feel sick anymore. And because of that, I've also decided to perhaps try and give back, try and let other people learn from my mistakes and help them along the way, so you can get some relief, so you can maybe sleep better, so you can perhaps get rid of some of that anxiety that you've got, maybe get rid of some of that brain fog that's inhibiting. It's all causing this inhibition of who you are at your deepest level, at your core, right? Because your life will never be as full as it can be without these things limiting who you are. And you could probably make all the money in the world, but if you still got just a lot of fear, this fear will cloud your mind, it will cloud your judgments, it will hold you back in other ways, it will make you see the world not in how it really is, but through the lens of the fear. In my opinion, nothing is as important as unlocking your true self. Well, let me correct that, because that's mainly for when you're in like a first world situation where food is plentiful. Survival is not really a thing you think about, right? It's usually something that just comes naturally. You could go to the supermarket and buy food and buy what, you could just drink tap water or whatever, buy some water. And survival is not the number one priority. So if survival is no longer the number one priority, in my opinion, the number one priority then becomes being who you really are. Unlocking yourself so you can have the impact on the world and the people around you that you can have. And I think that is my ultimate goal for myself, and then hopefully it's something that I can give to you and the people watching. So if you do feel very inflamed, if you do feel very anxious, know that it might not be a part of you. Know that it might not be who you are. Know that it could be solved, even though you might have been to a lot of different doctors. Especially, I don't really have anything against GPs, general practitioners, where you go and, because to be honest, they don't know what's going on. And maybe we shouldn't expect them to know, because honestly, their main job is just making sure people that have got serious pathology get routed to the right person, right? That they get the MRIs needed to rule out certain things like cancers and such. And if they see you and you've got these anxieties, these fears, you should actually be careful that you do not talk about the anxiety and the fear too much, because then you will be routed to a psychologist or a psychiatrist, and then you're actually getting further off the track that you want to be on. Because if a person then starts treating your fear like a disorder of the mind instead of a problem of the body, it will never work. The GP will do the blood tests. It could be that something is found. Most usually nothing is found. Right? And that is also one of the things that's very demotivating, because inherently you know that there is something wrong. And it is quite stressful to have this unknown thing that you know is there, but this cannot be proven, running your life. Just know that you are not alone in this, and that I will also make it my mission to help you out. Stay on the lookout for the protocol. It will be released soon. It's August at the moment. It will definitely be released this year. In the meantime, if you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments, and yes, I'll get back to you.